Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Texans franchise. This is the season recap video that I always do before I go into the off season, and I did say in my last episode that this was not going to happen and the series was over. The last two episodes that I uploaded for the Texans franchise were actually made almost a year ago, but then I never got around to it because I was traveling abroad. And so I completely forgot about them for about 9 months. And now that I'm back and able to record stuff, I was like, man, that series was so fun. So I'm just gonna continue the series. And in that light, we're gonna have a short review of the stats from last season. If you want to check out like awards and stuff, just look at the Super Bowl episode. But let's get into it. Angelo Mendoza, unbelievable rookie season, more than 5,500 yards, 47 touchdowns, 6 picks. Incredible season, 70% completion percentage even. Quarterback rating of 120.4. Dakota McKenzie as a running back. Almost 1,700 yards and 19 touchdowns. But we also force-fed him the ball a lot, like almost 400 carries there. And then, yeah, we didn't even use or tap into Angelo Mendoza's running ability. It's just our line was keeping him clean for so much that that wasn't necessary at all to run a lot with him. And then receivers, we have Justin Ross, 1,365 yards. He was hurt a few times. 15 touchdowns though, so he had a great season. And then the rookie Devian Davenport had 1,000 yards. AJ Lincoln had 1,000 yards. Diego Cordova had 1,000 yards. That was an unbelievable season. And then we have Matthew Thierry, who had 553 yards, 7 touchdowns. We had so many targets and carries to go around. It is incredible. Even Dakota McKenzie has almost 400 yards, and that, by the way, set him over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. For the defense, we have Chris Portillo, 169 tackles. He was flying around the field. And then Byron Redmond had 110 tackles, so he was also flying. Jamie Cantu had 106. So yeah, they knew what they were doing. We have Matthew Starks, 20 TFLs. That is unbelievable. And then Ryan Springs had 16. And then Chris Portillo even had 12 TFLs as a middle linebacker. And yeah, Matthew Starks leads the team in sacks, 12 and a half. Kind of a little bit disappointed. And Ryan Springs, 10 and a half sacks. And then Deacon Stallworth, 4.5 sacks. The rest of the team didn't get that much, especially from the interior. That was really disappointing. Like, our pass rush could get a lot better, and I hope we can upgrade this next season. And then Chris Portillo also had a sack. Chris Portillo had 169 tackles, 12 TFLs, a sack, and 2 picks. 6 picks to Stingley and 4 to Alex Day, our shutdown corner duo, who hopefully stay here for a long time. Caleb Burgess even had 3 interceptions, and then Desmond King, 1 interception from the slot. And then we had a bunch of fumbles, but the leading guy obviously is Chris Portillo. 2 forced fumbles. Like, he had a great season, and he should have won some linebacking award, but yeah, he doesn't do a good job of separating linebackers from pass rushers. And yeah, that's it for the individual stats for the Texans. Now we check out the league. Mendoza misses out by 61 yards for the yardage title in the NFL. Mahomes takes that one away, but Mendoza has the most touchdowns and interceptions. And then the rest of the quarterbacks, it's the regular guys, Burrow, Herbert, Lawrence. And then even Russell Wilson and Derek Carr had their age, still looking sharp. McKenzie leads the league in yardage. And yeah, he also leads the league in touches. But that's another story. We have Najee Harris and Christian McCaffrey up there as well. Most touchdowns goes to Najee Harris here, even though Ezekiel Elliott made it a close call. Joe Mixon, Derrick Henry. It's just the same thing every year with these running backs, and they don't regress much in Madden 23. Chris Godwin led the league in yardage, 1,657. Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. That's two Bengals receivers. Then we have Mike Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Cooks. There is a bunch of receivers up there, and we have to scroll quite a while to find our top receiver at 1,365 yards and 15 touchdowns. That is quite a lot to scroll, and there were so many 1,000-yard receivers. That is incredible. Like, the yardage output on offense in this league is crazy. Leading in touchdowns is also Chris Godwin, but he's not leading in receptions, so he has not gotten the Triple Crown. What's crazy to me, though, is we actually managed to get 4 1,000-yard receivers, and yeah, that's just incredible. Looking at defensive stats, you know, we always have to do this with checking the AFC and the NFC separately because Madden can't count. And Chris Portillo and Isaiah Simmons lead the league, tied for first here. And then for tackles for loss, we have Chase Young at 21 in the NFC. That is one more than we had, but it's not even close to who was leading. It's Myles Garrett, and then we have a couple Bengals, the Burns, and then we have sacks. Joey Bosa, 19.5. We have our leading guy was 12.5, so not even close. Chase Young got 18 sacks though, so it's the Bosa guys dominating the league still, and yeah. Then we've got interceptions. 4 interceptions for a lot of players in the NFC. That's a bunch of guys. And then let's go to the AFC, and then we can see Derek Stingley led the league in interceptions. 6 of them. We have a couple guys at 5, and then tied for 5th. That's all the 4 interception guys, and that is also Alex Day. And then we have a bunch of forced fumbles. That's Chris Portillo is tied for first in the AFC, but there is a league leading 3 forced fumbles in the NFC, Kaiser White from the Eagles. Let's look at the team stats. We are second in total offense. That is just passing and rushing yardage combined. We are still shy by 300 yards to the Bengals. And then passing yardage, we are also second. We are shy by about 150 yards to the Chiefs. And then for rushing yardage, we are still in like the top half of the league. We have 1,845. That is good enough to me. We do lead the league in points per game, and it's not even close, 36.3. And then we have passing touchdowns. We do have the most as well, and not even close. For rushing touchdowns, we have to scroll a little bit, but it's still like top 10, so not worried about that. And then we lead a stat that is absolutely crazy. We are almost 100 first downs above the second ranked team. 439 yards. Like, that offense is like running so well. We don't even need deep touchdowns. We can just score whenever we want, and we can dink and dunk our way down the field. But if we need it, that's also something that we can do. For defense, we had one of the better defenses, but definitely not the best defense in the league. For passing yards allowed, we have to scroll quite far. Our passing defense was not great, but that is also due to the fact that we were leading so many games that teams had to just throw all over our defense in the second half. So that's just an inflated number, because as you can also see, we are the #1 run defense, and we don't even have close to the best players for run defense. It's just teams don't run in the second half on us. So it's basically just 8 games worth of rushing from opposing teams. And then for QB sacks, that's something that we need to improve on. We have only 40, and we have one of the best coverage units in the league. So we should even be better than this just from coverage sacks. We had a bunch of fumble recoveries, which is toward the top of the league, and then also lots of interceptions. Nothing close to leading the league, but very solid. And we're not like having to rely on our turnovers to win on defense, you know? So that's also good in my book. And then we have the third best third down defense, 59% of the time. And that is something that I just mentioned. We are great at dink and dunking our way down the field. And we can gain 100 first downs on every drive. Then we have the best fourth down defense as well, offense as well. So that's great. And then red zone efficiency, we had... I'm so confused. Oh yeah, no, this is sorted right. One of the better red zone offenses, but not as good as I thought it would be. 68% is not even great. It should be like towards 80. And then red zone defense is really good. Like, we had a really good red zone defense, and I actually don't know why, because we don't have a great pass rush or great interior to like stop the run. That doesn't make any sense to me, but oh well. Texans also second best turnover differential in the league. We had only 11 giveaways, so that's 6 interceptions and 5 lost fumbles. And then we had 24 takeaways, which is second in the league as well. 16 interceptions, 6 fumble recoveries. Only the Buccaneers were even better, and they didn't lose a fumble all season, so they were either really lucky or taking care of the ball. And then we are just gonna go over the team for a few minutes here and look at what needs to be done. Marcus Mariota, he's gonna be gone. He regressed a little bit. We'll take care of a regression when we go to free agency, which is the next episode. Travis Etienne is technically our best overall running back, but no, he's not. And he's also probably going to be gone or still stuck as a backup. Dakota McKenzie was awesome last season. 2,000 yards from scrimmage. Are you kidding me, man? Andy Janovich is also regressing. We have a bunch of receivers that are still young. And Corey Davis is the only older guy. He also regressed quite a bit. I don't expect him to return, and if he returns, probably just as like a mentor. But I don't expect him to come back. We have a lot of great receivers, so we don't need him. Cordova, also great season, 1,000 yards, and then the backups don't even matter to me. Jedrick Wills is, I think, entering his last contract year. I don't know exactly. Kenyon Green, I think I just extended him. Eric McCoy, his contract might be up. I'm not entirely sure, but also like he's 29, so he should also be regressing. We have Greg Springs, a young guy, entering season 4, and then Tristan Wirfs, which is the best tackle in the league, and we paid him a lot of money to be that. Matthew Starks, yeah, he's still on his rookie contract, just like Martin Monroe, so there is not a whole lot to be done there. And then Ryan Springs, also still on his rookie contract, so no worries along the edge rushers. We have defensive line. I think both Grover Stewart's and Javon Kinlaw's contracts are up, and both of them are regressing, so that doesn't look great. We need to replenish our interior here. For linebackers, I think we're set. Jamie Cantu is entering his contract season just like Chris Portillo, so that's a little bit worrisome, but I think we'll extend them both if we have the money. And then we have cornerbacks. No worries here. Alex Day and Derek Stingley on the outside. But on the inside, I think we need a new guy. I don't think the new slot corner is on the roster yet, so there's a little bit to be done there. And then safeties, I think we're fine. Byron Redmond and Caleb Burgess are awesome. Burgess had 3 picks last year, and Redmond is just running all over the field, getting 110 tackles or something. So yeah, feel great about the team overall. There is actually, like, just looking at the offense, I think the only thing we need for next season is maybe a new fullback, and that might be it. Well, it depends on what the center situation is. I don't have it in my mind right now if Eric McCoy is going to be gone or not, but like, even if he's gone, like, you can always like get a new center somewhere that's halfway decent and just get him to do double teams with Kenyon Green and Greg Springs. So I'm not too worried about that. And for the defense, well, defensive tackle and slot corner are the two spots where we're a little shaky, and we definitely need to upgrade run defense because, well, Deacon Stallworth, the only defensive tackle that is like young, yeah, he's not a run stopper at all. He's a pure pass rusher, so I wouldn't even put him in on first and second down. He's a pure like rotational third down defensive tackle right now. That's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more Texans franchise. See you in the next episode. Until then, have a great day.